find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity, where peace is made.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity, where peace is made. Join us for the journey through the trees. The nature song brings gentle ease amongst the rustling leaves. Join us for the journey through the trees. The rustling leaves, gentle breeze. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity. Their peace is made. Join us for the journey through the trees. Nature's song brings gentle ease amongst the rustling leaves. Join us for the journey through the trees. The rustling leaves, gentle breeze, they speak to me with such ease. In this sanctuary I'm whole and complete. In nature's embrace, my soul finds its beat. Join us for the journey on the trail, where worries fade and spirits prevail. Amongst the towering peaks, peace shall know. Join us for the journey, let spirit grow. So let's wander on, with hearts light and free, embracing the adventure it's meant to be. In nature's sanctuary, we'll discover our truth on this journey of escape in the arms of our youth. In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for the journey through the wild. Rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. Amongst the whispering trees, melody they bestow. Join us for the journey, let your worries go. Winding trails and paths unknown, I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. A weight lifts off, burdens start to fade in serenity. Their peace is made. Join us for the journey through the trees.
A little bit hot, but the temperature is spot on at the moment. Thank you, Goldilocks. Right, so we're walking back onto the main street. This is going to take us back to the Thames. Okay. All right, so we're here, along we go. So here we are in an English town rather than a footpath along the Thames. We will get back to the Thames, but we're going to have a bit of a stroll. And as I said previously, if you've been tuning in at the start on TikTok, we're going to walk across a bridge because we're currently on the south side of the Thames and we need to cross. We're on the north side of the Thames and we need to cross back over to the south side because that's the side that we've been walking on, and why change it if it's been working so far. Been discussing a bit of inside sport here for anyone who's interested. Because this Thames Path is so long, I think it's highly likely it'll be like switching to a bike so that we can get this thing done before I get too old and can't walk anymore. So I'll get on a bike, we'll strap these cameras to a bike and we'll go for a ride along the Thames, and we'll get along a little bit quicker that way as well. Parsnips. Thank you to those people on TikTok who are joining in. Just a reminder for those people viewing on TikTok, you do have the option to watch us on other social media channels. If you're interested in seeing what I can see, the front of me, what's on this camera, we have a more comprehensive production available on Facebook, and it soon will be available on TikTok. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all of the different options. So we're trying to spread our net as far as possible just to see wherever people are interested. This Saturday, we're going on a walk to the Lewes Circular. Now, Lewes is a lovely little village south of London, and the Lewes Circular is a walk sort of around the rolling hills around the outskirts of the town, and there's some decent climbs there. So I'm mentally preparing myself for what it usually sort of leaves me short of breath, and I'm having to carry, well, I'll be carrying sort of additional equipment as well. So oh no, lost dog. No dogs today, no dogs. If you tuned in on Saturday, and we were walking around the grounds around Delapre Abbey, and we had a couple of dogs with us and a gentleman called David. So, but I'm unaccompanied today. But I've been in discussions and I'm recruiting people to come along for some of these walks, so you get a bit more variety of conversation. So that will be happening. I don't quite know when. It probably won't be this Saturday unless someone comes along. If there's anyone local to London who wants to go for a walk around Lewes, you should get in touch, and you can come along and you can be on this live stream and you can entertain the people watching. But if you're not, you're very welcome to come and join us hicariously through the power of the internet. From memory, I just have to. Okay. Good morning from London. Welcome to our Filipino viewers. Glad to have you along. We're doing our Wednesday thing, which is walking along the Thames towards the source of the Thames, heading out of London. But we're in Teddington at the moment, getting back to the river, and then we'll continue meandering along the south bank for a little while. From memory, it's just straight along this road. It was only last week that I was here. You didn't see it. It wasn't part of the live stream. We ended the live stream and then I came into Teddington. And because I was running late, purely through my own, for my own fault, some of you actually got to see a little bit of a London train journey as well. Right, I'm going to consult Google Maps and make sure that I'm heading in the right direction. I think I can carry on. Yep, I was right. Sometimes that happens. So, the sun is trying to get through, which is nice, except I'm going to get too warm if that happens. What else can I tell you? Life has been busy lately. Very, very busy. I hope everyone watching is well. Please do ask any questions. So I have my live stream producer, Ronald, who will pass on any messages. If you've got questions that you'd like answers to, or any specific comments, or if you want a shout out, put those messages through wherever you're watching, and Ronald will be scouring all of the different social media channels to make sure that comments coming in from anywhere will reach me. So it could be TikTok, or it could be Twitch or Facebook or YouTube. All of those places are good places to get in touch with us and to leave comments, ask questions, show us your support. And of course, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I think you're going to know what's coming up. If you know someone who would like this kind of content, then we're looking to do sort of more remote hikes, as long as we can get an internet connection. And if you know people who would be interested in that, then please share, pass this on, let them know about it, so that we can grow our viewership and up our game. We've been to some interesting places, so if you're interested to see Italy, we've got some coverage from Italy, and a couple of weeks ago we took a walk through Valencia in Spain, and that was a city walk, so it was less outdoorsy, but there was lots of people around, lots going on, and people seem to really enjoy a trip to sunny Spain. What's going on? I thought for a moment that our way across the Thames was going to be blocked, but it's not. It's open. There's obviously some kind of construction going on, but it's not going to stop us getting where we want to go. Oh, okay. It looks like they're extending this widening. Well, maybe they're doing something else. I don't know. Flying Cloud Cafe. Oh no, it could just be something to do with the cafe. Maybe they're doing some works. Oh, maybe they're expecting some flooding. These sandbags look like they're flood defences. What do they know that we don't know? What's going to happen? We'll see what these gentlemen are. Yeah, so they're putting some sandbags up for some protection from the rising waters. It's certainly, the water seems to be moving pretty fast. You can see there's a lock there that's open that's letting plenty of water through, or maybe you can't. I always forget that the camera angle that you see, everything looks a lot further away than it does to me. So when we get up a little, we might be able to get a little bit closer and you can see the torrential water coming through. We'll just quickly, okay. So, well, the sun is coming through. Isn't that lovely? So, this is the first time that we've been on one of these sort of, I keep calling it an island, there's probably a term for it, but you know, a little bit of land in the middle of the Thames where the water sort of forks out in two directions and then comes back together again. Oh, look at these doggies out for a day out. Morning. So, oh, it looks like there's some kids, some school children going on a boat trip. Wonder where they're going. Right, I'm going to take these steps down. I came up these steps last week, and here we go. Right, I'm picking up the path from last week, and off we go. So, oh, I nearly tripped over a rock there. Right, when I get up a little bit closer, I'll show you. The water's very calm on this side and sort of raging on the other side. Take this long sleeve top off if this sun continues. So I don't know whether you can see it, but it's very calm along here. You can sort of see the reflection of the signs, but over the other side, all part of the same river, through this lock at the end here. They're obviously trying to restrict the water, but letting some in, but the water level on the other side is much lower. And maybe this has something to do with the work that they're doing. So maybe what they're doing is they're having to lower the water level in order to complete that construction that we passed earlier on. they're probably putting the sandbags in while the water level is low so that they can sort of release the locks, let everything come back to equilibrium, and sort of with the help of those sandbags keep the water away from their construction site. Hi, Eternal Icing on TikTok. What a great name. What a great name. I just glad to have you along. Welcome to the sort of the western side of London, and we're walking even further west. So we started in Teddington we started on the train, didn't we, on our way to Teddington. For those of you who have been here from the start, you saw a bit of London Overground. It's actually National Rail, not Overground.
Where this thing happened? Like,
I'm going to be searching for a bench seat so that I can take, because I'm in this long sleeve top. I got this because I entered a raffle to try and get a spot on the London Marathon this year. I wasn't successful, but because I think I paid a premium for my entry for charity. I can't remember what the charity was, but there was the option to get 2 entries rather than 1, and you paid a premium for that, but they said that the money went to charity. So I thought I'll do that. And I was surprised, well, I wasn't surprised when they got back in touch with me and said, I'm sorry you've not been successful, because getting a spot on the London Marathon is a pretty tough thing to do. Obviously, loads of people want to do a marathon. I was hopelessly ill-equipped to be running a marathon anyway, so it could well be that it was, very fortunate. But they did send me this top, which is great. It's nice and warm, and it's got the little. It's the only item of clothing that I have with the little finger holes at the end of the sleeve, so that you can tuck your thumb through to keep your sleeves from riding up. It's quite it's quite slim fitting. It's rather too slim fitting for my non-slim body, and I think the reason why that is because they probably anticipate that people who are entering marathons, generally the people who do best in marathons are quite slim people. There's a marathon coming up next year, and my dear sister is going to be turning 50 next year, and she's a marathon runner, and she's found a marathon in France where you run a marathon, and I think there's pit stops along the way where you can have champagne and oysters. That sounds like my kind of marathon. A little bit of a different vibe from London, where things are a little bit more serious. I quite like the idea of oh look, there's some bench seats. I'm going to climb up here. Oh, Sally and Bob, many happy years spent together here together. Okay, all right. Excuse me while I put you down for a moment, TikTok. I'm just going to take a layer off, and to do that I need to sorry guys, who are watching on Facebook, you're probably getting a sideways shot of a tree, but normal normal broadcasting will resume very soon. Okay, straight camera. Okay, all right. So 2 more minutes. Please bear with me, people. The sun has come out, which is fantastic. But I would have overheated if I didn't take off a layer. So that's what's going on there. Right. And this is a trick that I've developed. So I think I was talking to some of you earlier on about this double backpack on backpack. For those of you on TikTok, you just saw how all of that happens. Okay, so we're going to let's get onto this path. I just saw a cyclist down on that narrow path there. And he was moving at quite a pace, and I don't really want to get in the way of a cyclist. Oh, yeah, look at that blue sky. That's not bad. Oh, this is nice. The water level does seem high. It doesn't seem like though the banks could handle the water being too much higher. Let's have a look and see what. Hi Geraldine on TikTok. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to outside Teddington along the Thames. All right, we've got a cyclist on the sealed path now, so I think either way, I'm going to have to share the track with people moving faster than me, but that's all right. So, right. So it's as you would expect at this time of year in England. It is feeling a little bit more like spring, which is good. We'll have to rethink some of the destinations that we go to over the summer. If people's got ideas for places that you would like to see in England, or even if it's somewhere in Western Europe or Eastern Europe, I can get on a jet plane and we can go and explore. As long as I can get a network coverage, I can live stream from there and we can take the trip together. So let me know if you've got any ideas. This is a shared path, right? So that's what they're saying. It's for cyclists, dog walkers and pedestrians. Not sure about horses. Maybe not horses. I don't think horses like this hard road. They're probably more likely to want to walk along. Oh yeah, I better be careful sticking my hand out into the path of cyclists. Right. People walking their dog. Dog's just having a bit of a sniff about.
But it's not the same.
Oh. So here's these blue flowers. Nadia Kader, one of our regular viewers, a super fan, she was telling us that they were bluebells, and I don't think that they are. I know they're blue flowers, but I think bluebells look a little bit different. They're quite amazing. So when I first came over to England in 1999, I found myself a job working for a woman who was running a tapestry wool business from Berkshire, very country Berkshire, and there was a forest nearby. I can't recall the name of the forest, but every year at a certain time of year the bluebells would come out, and they wouldn't last very long, but while they were there they would just sort of flood this little sort of mini forest, and it looked quite spectacular. So I know about bluebells, and those flowers back there ain't it, I don't think. We would benefit from bringing someone along on this walk who had a little bit of botanical knowledge and could tell you a little bit more about the plants. Who knows? I'd really love to know what you guys are interested in hearing about, whether it's the history or the nature, your flora and fauna. I keep doing that. Flora and fauna, not fauna and flora. What's the term when you swap across? There's probably a term in linguistics where you mix up letter combinations from two words, you swap them across, like with fauna and flora. I wonder what that's called. So a little note to self, I've got to do some research and see what it's called. It's not a Freudian slip unless it was giving something away about my psyche. I think all it's giving away is that I tripped up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these little cabins by the water. They're nice. That'd be nice, wouldn't they? I think we've got a cyclist coming up. No. So what's this say? In loving memory of Matthew Crocker. I miss him. Kana from TikTok. Hello. Do we have anyone viewing on YouTube or Facebook? I'd be interested to know. So Ronald, let me know, send me through a message and let me know if people are watching on those channels and if there's any comments. I want to make sure that I'm not neglecting non-TikTokers. So if we could do that, please, I'd be interested to know. So we have a viewer on Twitch and on Facebook, and just a reminder to those people that we encourage your comments if you feel like saying hello, asking a question, getting involved in any way that you like. We'd love it. It's very still today. There's, not almost no breeze at all. It could do with a little bit of a breeze actually, because it's a little bit warm. So You know what I like about these houses alongside of the Thames here is that they're not uniform. There's a lot of variety and different designs. I really love that. I really love this one here. It's kind of got that beachside not bungalow, beachside sort of home look to it. It's the type of house that you see a lot of in Australia, and so, you know, nostalgically I'm quite fond of that as well. And then you've got sort of glassy modern places like that. What I would like to do is to have a house that looked a little bit more like that beachside cabin, but for inside, for it to be very modern and clean. I like mod cons, so I like sort of having. It's not so much that I don't like the look of old houses. I just don't like the idea of living somewhere that's sort of drafty and cold and dark. One of my main reservations about the quaint little cottages that people have in some of these areas is that I bet they get really cold in the winter, and they tend to have fairly small windows as well. So, and I like light. I think lots of light is good. There's sort of I think there's a sentiment over this part of the world where people sort of draw their curtains. They're sort of a little bit more private than they are possibly in Australia or in other parts of the world. If I had, you know, wherever I live, the curtains are always open, windows are always open, getting fresh air in, and I'm not the least bit concerned about people watching me. I hope that I'm not making them uncomfortable if I'm walking around in my underpants, but I've got no qualms. I realise that for women and for other people, they need to be more careful about being modest, and but for myself, the bigger the windows, the better, and those curtains will always be open. So look at this, another rowing club. They look very similar. I'm tempted to believe that they're, I wonder if sort of functionally there must be an optimum design, because they're not, you know, it's not that they look like they're all built from the same kit, but there's definitely the same design principles going on with all of them. Okay, I'm gonna go back up actually. I thought I could walk it down on that lower path, but it looks suspiciously like a road, and so if a car does come along, I may not be welcome along there. This is the first high-rise accommodation that we've seen for a while this close to the Thames. Naturally enough, we saw a lot of it when we were in central London, but everything has sort of become much more sort of 1 or 2 story. So we must be coming into another town where the need for accommodation necessitates a 8-story building. They get a nice view of the Thames though from there. Ooh. wonder how ducks really feel about the sunshine. There's that expression, if it's raining, it's nice weather for ducks. So maybe ducks prefer the rain. So we have 2 viewers on Facebook. Welcome to both of you watching us on Facebook. If you're interested, do sort of look back at our back catalogue, because we've got some long form edited videos of various hikes, but we've also got some shorts that you might find interesting, and they're a little bit more easily digestible than 30 plus minutes of wandering around. We try to condense down the interesting and amusing bits for you so that you can benefit from that. So where are we? Canberry Gardens. Let's have a look at this this sign. Kingston upon Thames. Right, that's where we are. All these houseboats. Wonder how many of them are occupied. Oh, we've got a rower as well. We haven't seen. I don't think we saw any rowers last week when we were out. I think the further we go out, the less. Wow. Okay. Hello to everyone watching on all the various platforms. We've got about 20 of you all watching. I know that we've got a big Filipino following, so a shout out to all of the people watching from the Philippines. The people watching from other places, let us know where you are so that we can sort of give credit to, shout out your location as well, so that we can see where people are in the world and get a bit of a feel for the demographics. Kingston Rowing Club. Okay, we got some swans. Okay. Look at these. Look at all these swans. Oh, some beer kegs. I saw these earlier on, these throw bags. So what happens if you wow, look at those instructions. There's someone out there drowning and they're asking you to dial 999, ask for fire service, quote the location, and then they'll give you the code for the throw bag. Presumably while someone is frantically wanting someone to come in and rescue them. It seems it doesn't seem that efficient or wise to me. I think in the if for those of you who can't swim, if you found yourself in a sort of rapidly moving stretch of water and were waving to people on the shore to come and rescue you, and they were dialing 999 asking for the fire service, quoting the location code, then punching in a code into a lockbox and then pulling out a throw bag. I think I'd be just jumping into the water to go and fetch them rather than doing that, but perhaps that's reckless of me. It's almost comically sort of bad to me, the way that they've decided to organise that. I guess perhaps those throw bags are sort of valuable things. They must be if they're behind a lockbox. But it does seem funny. Person's drowning and you've got a multi-step process to try and retrieve an object that might be able to save their life. Look, there's a cafe over there. I am refreshed at the moment. I threw half of my coffee out. I got an extra shot of coffee in my flat white this morning because I thought I might need a little bit of a jolt. I don't know, it didn't go down well. So I ended up chucking half of it out this morning, which I don't normally do. They're too big anyway. Conception Margot. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Kingston upon Thames. And we're walking along the Thames Path. And the sun's come out. Life is good. There's a little bit of a shot of the north side of the Thames. Some houses, large and small. So if you, I heard them say, "Are you vlogging?" I am vlogging. I should have responded. Oh, look at this, a tree trunk seat. That's quite nice, isn't it? Although I'm sure the tree would rather be a tree than the seat, but it obviously didn't have a say in the matter. Here we go, here's another bridge. Let's see what this bench says. Rachel Steer. Oh, 78 to 1996. Died young. So 78, she was a year younger than me. Oh gosh, yeah, 78 to 96. So died when she was 18. Okay, we'll get back on this path again. We're going to cross underneath this bridge. Must be, I'm willing to say that it's Kingston Bridge because it's a bridge and we're in Kingston. And I can't see another one. Oh yeah, no, there's another one coming up just after it that looks a little bit older. Here we go. Let me show you confirmation that we are indeed on the Thames Path. I haven't seen one of these signs for a while. They're probably dotted along the way and I've just failed to observe them, but these are the signs. I think I showed you the first one at the Thames barrier. So that lets us know that we're on the right track. I think we've got a oh, it's a train. Okay, so train only bridge, that one. Coming into Kingston now. Kingston's a decent size town, the first sort of big town directly on the Thames that we've come across in a while. So there we go. This is where we're going. For those people on TikTok, I'll show you the front view. If you are interested in seeing a camera showing you the direction of travel, you'll need to go onto some of the other social media channels, onto Facebook or YouTube, and if you search for Hikarious or Hikarious Adventures, you should be able to track us down, and then you can see both of the cameras, the one facing me as well as the one facing forward, as well as a map. Okay. Hi Aileen. How are you? Are you still in Turkey or are you back in Blighty now? Oh, and hi to Marilyn Navarra. Welcome to the live stream. We're in Kingston. Kingston town. If only I knew a song about that. Jen Fox, hello to you as well. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're having a lovely day. It's a nice day here in Kingston. We're just going to walking along the Thames, as we do every Wednesday. very cool underneath this bridge. It's sort of, I think they're sort of, the bricks and everything like that are kind of radiating coolth. If you can have warmth, presumably you can have coolth, can't you? That's the thing. Oh wow. Some nice places to eat. So these look like boats that presumably you can. Oh look at they've all got names. Rebecca, Isabel, Jordan, Misha, Bibi, Barbara, Michelle, Saskia, Georgie, Geraldine, Mary, the whole gang. So the convention of naming boats female names is an interesting one. In languages where you have gendered nouns, you know, like a bridge is either male or female, and you know that type of thing. I wonder if it's from there or whether it's something else. One of the you may notice that they used to name storms and cyclones and hurricanes exclusively women's names, and they've dropped that convention for, you know, gender neutrality. So I'm interested to know whether those sort of naming conventions that previously, you know, certain things had either male or female names, whether they will all change and we'll start having boats with male names, and we've already got storms and cyclones being named after men. Maybe because they thought that these weather events, Mother Nature and all of that, but it could have been that it was a bit unfair, because these things usually are known for wreaking havoc and causing damage, and so all of that culpability and liability and blame seemed to be being squared at someone with a female name. Oh. Okay, yeah, TikTok's an interesting one. It makes you solve a puzzle to keep the live stream going. Let's see, I did get a message. Let's have a look. Naomi Swan.
Three.
Ah, John from Oklahoma. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to our walk along. To walk along the Thames. Oh, great! I'm chuffed to bits that we've got Americans joining our viewership. I was in. So when was I in Oklahoma? In 2013, I think it was. I did a big drive across the United States. So I picked up a car in Philadelphia and drove it all the way to San Francisco. So I tried to follow Route 66 as best that you can. It's not really a thing anymore, but there's sort of certain spots along the way that sort of highlights the historical highway that has been surpassed by the interstates. So that was good, and so I went through Oklahoma. It was a rather rushed, at that stage in the journey, I was rushing a little bit, so I was sort of just dashing through New Mexico and Oklahoma. Stayed overnight in Oklahoma City, but then sort of jumped back in the car and carried on the drive to westward. But that was a fun adventure. If I was to do it again, I'd spend more time. So I drove, not quite coast to coast, but almost from, you know, Philly's not far away from the East Coast. And I did it in 5 weeks, which seems like a long time, doesn't it? But it's sort of easy to forget what a vast country the United States is. So I'd probably do a little bit less, but I was in the US from the end of September to the start of November last year in Georgia. I hiked the southern part of the Appalachian Trail. So started from Springer Mountain, where most people head off from the south and head north. So I hiked along. I wasn't with the bubble, so there wasn't too many people hiking, but I met up with a great bunch of people, cowboy and 6 strings, and it was a great time, and you know, really a really great way to unplug for 5 weeks as well. There was 5 sort of glorious weeks where I didn't do any work and just enjoyed sort of unplugging. I've used the term again. So I was enjoying the fine weather while it lasts. Let's give you a little bit of a panorama as well. You can see that old bridge sort of taking people from one side of Kingston to the other, and this is sort of heading west, and we're on the southern side of the Thames. So anyone who's watching for the first time, this is part of a series. Every Wednesday we walk a little bit, a small part of the Thames Path, which takes you from the Thames barrier, which is a flood defence system for London, all the way up to the source of the Thames, where it all begins. So I would imagine that the river will get narrower and narrower until it's sort of just a droplet of water, but I'm not quite sure what the source of the Thames looks like and whether there's anything there. But we'll discover that together. So all of the previous episodes, and certainly some of the parts where we're walking through central London, are available on our Facebook and YouTube pages. You can watch the archived, or on Twitch, or on Instagram. And TikTok at the moment is just just someone smoking something exotic. It's the weather for it, I guess, if that's your cup of tea. It's not necessarily for me, but I can smell paint. The smell of oil-based paint. Someone must be repainting their boat, I think. I can't see anyone at the moment, but I think, well, that Yarmouth Bell looks, that paint job on that boat looks fresh. I wonder if it's that. It's gone now. Must have been. Is it wrong that I like the smell? That I like the smell of that type of thing? It's probably unwise to admit that you quite like the smell of paint. I don't know whether I could necessarily sit there and sniff paint all day long. It's not my idea of a good time, but there is something nice about the smell. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Other people must like it as well. So here we go, Queen's Promenade. Look at these flowers, aren't they lovely? So, hello. Yeah. So, oh look, it's sort of like a part where you can sort of lie back and enjoy. That's pretty cool. I like that. Sort of like a built-in sun lounge. And this is north facing. You'd want to be over the other side of the Thames to get the best sunshine, I would have thought, but it's not bad. I wonder when these cafes open. If they're not open today, maybe they're sort of only open on weekends, or they might even be seasonal. Maybe they don't open until summer comes along. I imagine there'd be a very different social scene here in the summer, especially I guess in the school holidays or on bank holidays. You have to remember that most responsible people are at work at the moment. I've chosen to make Wednesday a little bit of a gap day to break up the week, to take off part of hump day. I'll be back in the office later on today to attend to a few bits and pieces. I'm quite enjoying my work at the moment. Yeah. So another pano. So welcome to all of those people on TikTok and on the other platforms as well. Just a reminder, if you're watching on TikTok and you would like to see what others can see through that front camera, if you switch over to Facebook or YouTube, you can get the grand experience of having two cameras and even a map showing my live location. And if you happen to be nearby, if you're in Kingston and indisposed or disposed, what is it when you're available? If you're available, are you indisposed or are you disposed? Why don't I know that? Anyway, if you're free, if you're nearby and you're free and you feel like coming and saying hello, you should be able to track me on the map. So I can see a boathouse in the middle of the Thames there. So you have to. Or is it not a boathouse? Maybe it's something else. So all of these seats seem to have a dedication on them. There's a lot of seating here. It's probably on the right days on the weekend when the sun is shining, and it could probably all get used up as well. But not today. Not midday on a Wednesday. I'm not quite sure whether it's my imagination, but the Thames The river seems to be flowing a little bit faster than it has been for the last half an hour. So there must be, because it is tidal, the Thames is a tidal river, and there are locks along the way to try to control the water levels, but ultimately it does ebb and flow. Those people sending gifts on TikTok, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We like to know that we're doing a good job. We can always do better, and we will. Every week we try to do a little bit better than the previous week. But I think sometimes it's hard to compete when you're in somewhere special like an exotic Spanish or Italian location. It's kind of hard to top that. So it does look like a cafe. But it's a cafe that's pretty difficult to get to, unless you have to swim across there.
Floating all his life,
So if you're watching on TikTok, we have a link to the full live stream view on other social media channels. So if you want to have a 2-camera view, that option is available to you, but we don't mind you watching from TikTok as well. So coming up on TikTok, we will, in the next few weeks, when TikTok gives us permission, we will have the full experience on TikTok. So it won't just be the one camera. We're stuck with one camera at the moment because we need to jump through the hoops and get the appropriate permissions to be able to, do something a little bit more produced and high quality, which we're able to do on the other platforms already. But we came late. We were a bit late to the party with TikTok. We started on Facebook and YouTube, and then Instagram came later, and then TikTok is our most recent addition. But it's also the one that we've had the most viewers on, so we like TikTok. And so coming soon, just a little reassurance that the quality of what you see on TikTok is going to get better in a few weeks when we're able to have the more highly produced view that you can get on the other platforms, with 2 cameras and a map and location information as well. So all of those goodies will be included very, very soon. So please follow us, subscribe, like us, share us wherever you're watching. And please don't hesitate to get in touch, because we do want to know what you're enjoying, or any problems that you're having accessing our live streams. We will try to keep people informed. We do put out promotional videos letting people know what's coming up next week. So every Wednesday we'll be walking along the Thames, and it could well be that I switch to a bicycle so that we can start moving along a little bit more quickly as we head out into the more remote areas. And then on Saturday, so this Saturday we'll be in Lewis doing the Lewis Circular. So we'll be doing a little bit of a loop around the outside of Lewis and then coming back into Lewis. And Lewis is a charming little town. sort of surrounded by hills. It's sort of in a bit of a valley, and I think it's famous for its Guy Fawkes. So in September, the Guy Fawkes, which is sort of fireworks night in the UK, although no, it's November, not September. November has become a bit like fireworks month actually, because it's also Diwali, and so the fireworks usually starts a few days before Guy Fawkes on the 5th of November, and then you have Diwali, which usually comes a week or two after that, and so people save some of their fireworks for that. I have a feeling that they seem to have relaxed the regulations on fireworks. I remember when they used to have a sort of a very short period where you could access, could buy fireworks, and the rest of the year where you couldn't do it. But I've noticed that the availability of fireworks seems to have been relaxed, and you can sort of buy it more easily. These things. So you've got these presumably sort of ponds that are empty at the moment, but probably serve some kind of an industrial purpose. All right, let's have a look. Okay. So. Fox and Hounds pub. I'd say the Fox and Hounds is probably one of the more popular pub names. The King's Head, the Duke's Head, the Okay, so this is, I'm sure it's not pretty, but it is intriguing. There's these very large ponds that look largely empty, and I don't think they're used for anything. So 4 viewers on Facebook. Thank you for those people viewing on Facebook. And we have 1 viewer still sticking with us on TikTok. So whoever you are, thank you so much for sticking with us and watching as we walk along. Well, we're no longer walking along the Thames actually, we're more walking along the edge of what I think is probably Kingston. But we may, it may be somewhere slightly different now. Although I think Kingston's quite a decent sized town. Surbiton. Okay, so Surbiton Centre. We're in Surbiton. Okay. Oh, okay. We've still got plenty of viewers on TikTok. Apologies for suggesting that there's only 1 person on TikTok. So we're in Surbiton, I think. I wonder if we can... Oh, gosh, sorry. Right, okay. I hope we can get back onto the Thames Path, because walking along these streets, as intrigued as I am about what these are all about, they're not pretty. Although, look at that. Sorry, I don't have any answers, but I am interested to know what these what these ponds were, whether they had something to do with sort of, must have been industrial. I wonder if there's any information. I dare say most people would think that they're an eyesore. I just want to know what they're all about. There's a sort of very grand fence, as you can see, with these sort of steel iron railings. Obviously, you know, wanting to keep people out. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. Seething Wells, Kingston University campus. Right, so these are the seething wells. I think they should be seething ponds, not seething wells, but oh, we're about to cross over into a new English county. This is exciting. So, right, let's have a look. I'm not quite sure what county we were in, but we're about to enter Surrey, and I think over the other side we'll probably have a sign telling us. Oh, Royal Borough of Kingston upon Thames. There you go. So we're in Surrey now. Kingston is not a county, but it must be part of another county. Look at this lovely old building. What's the time? How long have we been on? So we've been online for an hour and a half. I don't think we're going to go much further, you know. This is probably a good opportunity to stop, because I can get back to Kingston and we can pick this up at Seething Wells or wherever we end up next week. So I don't want to end here walking along here. Let me try and find something interesting before we end this. We'll end this on a high. I don't want to leave you just walking along the side of a road. But I'm going to head back to Kingston and get on a train and get back to my part of London. I feel like there's insects around. It could be all of that water. The water going into that pond through that pipe looks rather brown. I can't smell anything offensive, so maybe it's just mud. But whatever it is, there's a lot of it. So, I don't think I ever came here, but I think that there were friends of my grandfather who lived in Surbiton, and I hadn't realised it was on the Thames. Yeah. Right, so I'm being told that we still have viewers on all platforms. Thank you for sticking with us, and I'm sorry that for the past 15 minutes it's been rather stark environment. We haven't had the nice greenery and lushness of the along the Thames, but maybe you're interested in London suburbia, in which case you're in for a treat. It feels to me like we're heading out of Surbiton at the moment. Although there's the Crown Plaza Hotel. See, there's some boats down there, a little marina. Where do I get out? Oh yeah, I can see that there's an exit just over there. A little, okay. I think we'll just walk up to this pub, and this is where we'll pick up next week. So from Surbiton, we'll carry on westward for about an hour and a half or thereabouts, maybe longer, maybe shorter, next week, and we'll see what we can find. So if you're interested to come along next week, we'll be starting from the City Arms Wednesday, 10:30 UTC, 11:30 summertime in the UK, and appropriately whatever time it is wherever you're tuning in. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you all next week. So Ronald, if you want to sort of put the ending soon, coming up in about 60 seconds, we'll just show you the City Arms, and this is where we'll start from next week. Thank you very much for tuning in wherever you are, and we will see you next week. See you later.
In the morning light, under sky so gray, I lace up my boots, my mind in disarray. Leave the city's hustle, its frantic pace behind, to find some peace in nature, to clear my troubled mind. Join us for a journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled, amongst the whispered trees a melody they bestow. Join us for the journey through the wild, where rivers flow and dreams are reconciled. I journey deeper, feeling free to roam. The weight lifts off, burdens start to fade. In the serenity of nature, where peace is made. Join us for the journey. Let your worries go.